So we're at day 5 of this. What the hell's going on here? The movie just started on my phone for no reason. We'll get to that movie in a second. So we're on day 5 of the shredded as fuck for the first time. And we're doing an extreme calorie reduction. And I must say, this is going so much better than I thought it was gonna. Well, I knew it was gonna go good, but not this easy. You know, last month was a kind of a test bed for it, which was went really, really well. So we thought we'd really push the envelope this next diet cycle. And it's going really well. I can't believe how well it's going. We're on day 5 of like 1,100 calories a day, spread over 5 meals. And yeah, the weight is, I mean, fucking flying off. The weight is flying off. Yeah, this is something else, I tell you. My energy levels, considering how hard I'm training at the gym, are still relatively high. Like, it's just really good. There's definitely been a little bit of erratic sleeping. I think the biggest difference is I'm a little more restless. I think it's just because I've just got so much more energy. My metabolism's so high from all these small meals. Like, I'm not doing full-blown keto, but we're, you know, it's carbs are low as fuck. I really find I don't get, we're not having a huge pump while we train. So what I do is I kind of divide my, when I'm training, like for example, if I'm doing like say 4 exercises for a muscle group, what's the word I'm looking for? I change up my rep ranges, you know, with every workout. So I'll have like my first one, I'll have like 6 to 10, 6 to 8 reps. My second exercise that I choose will be 8 to 12. And then maybe another 8 to 12, I'll change the tempo. Like, I always change the rep range and the tempo range of each exercise, just to kind of get this overall work. That's at least my theory, and to make sure that I achieve some level of pump, you know. Because I find with the low calories and no carbs and the high protein, there's no pump in the muscles. So I do a variety of things. I try and kill 20 birds with one stone. Anyways, it's like 3 in the morning. I usually get up, whenever I get up during the middle of the night, whether it's a fucking massive piss hard on or it's just waking up out of my sleep. I'll actually get out of bed and I'll make it a point to come down, you know, have a real small meal, you know, maybe just a small meal. And if I end up having that small meal in the middle of the night, for example, 3 in the goddamn morning, then what I'll do is, this is what I have been doing, is I'll wait until the early afternoon to work out. I won't train fasted like in my 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning workout. Oh, excuse me. Get to that massive 10-pound salad in a second. That's coming through. Yeah, so so if I don't wake up in the middle of the night and have something to eat, I'll do my fasted cardio and my fasted weight training first thing in the morning. But if I have that meal in the middle of the night, then I won't go to the gym till like 1 or 2. I just can't, you know, the energy levels I've been having to get through all of this heavy load at the gym and the 35 to 60 minutes of cardio every day, I have absolutely no problems. Don't get me wrong, it's hard fucking work, but there's no, the energy levels are fine. You know, I honestly, I really don't find a difference between having high calories working out and low calories keto, or low carb. Maybe it's a mindset thing. The recovery, I think, is a little slower, but I'm doing a 9-day split, so I think that's why I'm not feeling it. But I do feel like it's almost like I feel like my joints are definitely a little drier. I don't know if that makes sense, but it just feels that, would that be the word? A little drier? It just feels I'm not lubricated. Don't get me wrong, I have shit tons of fucking water. Shit tons. I always make sure before every meal and first thing in the morning and before I go to bed, I have a great big glass of water, and I drink tea all day, so I'm definitely hydrated. I salt all my goddamn food, so there's no issues there. But I just feel that there seems to be less lubrications in my joints. At least that's what it feels like. It feels, but it could be just from the hard training too. I don't know. But I definitely wouldn't train this hard on this restrictive of calories for too long. There's no fucking way. I don't think your body can handle something like that. I really don't, without getting injured or just, I don't know. It's just a different thing when you train with low calories. It just, maybe it's just the body's not healing quick enough, or recovering quick enough on certain things. But I think overall the body is recovering quick enough. It's just I just don't feel it's like recovering quick enough every day. I don't even know if that makes sense, but I know when I switch over to my high calories and carbs after this 2 weeks, everything just kind of just like replenishes and feels really good. But the weight is fucking flying off. I can't believe how fast it is. It's exciting because I knew it was going to come off, going down to 1,100 calories or so. It's going really, really well. Really well. Like, I think, I was shooting for August, to get down to a shredded state. Maybe not a competition cut, but definitely close to it. I gave myself like mid-August, end of August. But at this rate, I don't know. It's fucking awesome though. It's so much fun. So much fun. Yeah, so back to that movie thing I was talking about. Boy, just actually started. Took a break from Game of Thrones and started watching. I watched a movie called Vice. I've been trying to download this fucking movie forever. Well, not download it, but that Kodi thing that they have for phones, where you can get you can watch whatever you want. I've been trying to watch this movie Vice since like friggin' October, and I finally got a good copy of Vice. So immediately it's like, oh man, I gotta treat myself. So instead of treating myself to, garbage and stuff like that, I just went out and bought myself a bunch of stuff for a salad. Like, I mean, the Tupperware, Tupperware was like this, about that high. It was a shit ton of salad. I threw some radishes in there, and what else I threw in there? A couple cans of tuna, for a 10-pound, not maybe 10 pounds, but it was definitely a 5-pound salad with, only with 400 calories, so it was pretty good. But I'm starting to feel that bubble out, but it's going to be a good clean out system for all this high protein I've been taking. Yeah. So yesterday was my first heavy bicep routine. Because what I ended up doing, I don't know if I mentioned in my last video or not, But what I do is every month I choose a body part and I'll train that body part twice a week for a month. So last month was back because I felt my back needed it first. So in training your back twice in a week, that's a lot of work on your arms. So when I train biceps at the end of the week, I don't go heavy at all. I just train them strictly for pump, right? So I definitely felt the effects of that whole month on my forearms, you know. But it's definitely starting to subside a little bit, which is good. I can understand. I'm starting to understand more how much load the body can actually handle in any given week. And I've always wanted to try two body parts. I mean, train a body part twice in a week and see how I felt, especially over a month period. And it went really well. So this month I'm doing shoulders twice a week. So what I'm gonna do is I'll do my first shoulder workout in the week will be basically just pressing movements. That's it, just like military presses, behind neck presses, and forward presses, like Arnold presses, I believe they're called. And then my 4 days later, when I do my shoulder workout again, it'll just be isolation on my shoulder heads. You know, the front, the side, and the rear. I'll do them all separately, and change my rep ranges a little bit more. But I do that too, though. Like I do that for like all my pressing moments too. Like this is my first. I think I was just standing presses on a rack. You know, I do from 6 to 8, and then presses, forward presses, I do 8 to 12s, and then behind the neck presses, I'll do like 12 to 15s or maybe a drop set. You know, so try and, you know, from what I understand, you know, there's two types of muscle fibers. You got your slow and fast twitch. So obviously I don't have the scientific equipment to find out which my muscle fibers are more dominant than others. So we have to kind of do everything to find out to get the maximum benefits, right? And since the process is so slow of gaining muscle, that you can never really tell what's going to work for you until like a year later, right? Because the process happens so small. So, and then after a year, then through process or elimination, you determine what worked and didn't work for you, right? So another experiment that I'm running is calves trained every single day.
So that's a very important deal. And so when I meet a lot of young athletes, you know, one of the things I look and I notice a lot of them like calves. So how many days a week you train your calves? 1 to 2? I said 1 to 2. Say, man, we train our calves 5 to 6 days a week. A calf is a stubborn muscle. So how do you expect for it to respond? You've been walking around on them since you were born. So your calf is used to high endurance. So in order to go beyond that, you got to give it something very different. You have to stimulate and nearly annihilate a calf in order for it to respond. Heavy, hard, consistent. And then I look at the fact that a lot of the athletes are training, you know, one body part, a workout. They have an arm day, then they have a chest day, they got a back day. I said, how ridiculous is that? And what I see a lot is immature muscle. That particular type of program is more designed for a power lifter than it is for an actual bodybuilder. And so you can see it in the physique, the cross striations and the muscle maturity is not there like it used to be. So I spend a lot of time rewriting and fixing programs for the younger generation of bodybuilders.
What is your tip for people with weak calves? Well, I'll be humorous and tell you what Mike Mensa used to tell people. Choose different parents. Yeah, you can make your calves better. I can give you tips, but a lot of it is down to the length of the muscle belly as far as how long can it ultimately, how big can the calves ultimately get. And it seems to be But there's a huge variance in people between how long the muscle belly is in the calf area, where in a biceps or something like that, there's not such a huge variance. You can get a guy like me, I've got very long lower legs and long muscle belly. So ultimately, ultimately, the circumference of a muscle can never exceed the length of a muscle, because then mechanically it wouldn't work. So that would never happen. So the longer the muscle belly is, the more ultimate potential it has for size. So you've got what you've got. So what are we going to do to try and improve them? Well, train them exactly the same as any other muscle group. There's no magic for calves. It's a muscle. You train it heavy, full range of motion, very low sets, and then you rest them. I used to do, okay, I have great calves, but when I started training, they measured 16 inches around. And when I was at my peak of being Mr. Olympia, they were 22.5 inches around. So I put 6.5 inches on my calf measurement. And I did that by training calves once a week, 3 sets. I did 1 set on the standing calf raise to warm up, 1 set to failure, total failure, and 1 set of seated calf raise to total failure. And I've trained other people with that, and they've got incredible results as well. So if you hear nonsense about calves, like you should train them more often, or you should do more reps, the stupidest thing I ever heard is, you should do more reps on your calves because you walk on them all day. Right? So hold on. So you're walking on them all day, so you're doing a lot of reps anyway, so you're just going to duplicate that and hope they're going to grow? Such nonsense. You need to train them heavy, 10 to 12 reps, absolute failure, then go home and rest and eat and come back and do it again next week with more weight.
Yeah, so I'll elaborate on the calves and what I'm doing, and how I determined what course to take. One thing I definitely agree with Lee and Dorian is you have to give the calves something they're not used to, which is heavy weight and high intensity. So what I do is I do 3 or 4 sets a day, sometimes even 2. If I can't make it to the, if I don't have time to do calves at the gym, I'll just take my buckets here. You guys may have seen me use those before, and I'll do them at home. And and what I'll do is, because obviously I'm at a point where this isn't heavy enough for them anymore. So at the gym, I'll do seated calf raises, and I'll put on a 45 on each side and a 25. So what I'll do is I'll do a set to failure, strip off the 225s, and continue with another set to failure. And with the Rona buckets, what I'll do is I'll do 1 calf at a time. So I'll stand on one leg and just go up with one toe, so to get the intensity from the buckets with less weight. Now let me tell you why I decide to train them every day. I will take a day off, but generally I'm going to train them every day, and this is why I decide to do this. So I started to think, bodybuilders aside, because it's impossible to make that determination, I thought to myself, who do I know has got really big calves? And once I thought of 2 people in particular. And in thinking that they're not bodybuilders, but why are their calves so big? One of them was a lady, and another is a man. And this is what I was thinking. The woman was actually someone I used to date way back in the past at Loblaws. Now we were working in a Loblaws, I believe, in downtown Ottawa on Isabella Street. Now, way back then, the meat department used to be in the basement. So this woman had to go up and down these goddamn stairs like probably 1,000 times a day to bring the meat up into them and put it into the counter, and her calves were enormous. You know, so it's just, I'm thinking, okay, well, she's going up and down every day. She's not a pro bodybuilder. She's not watching what she's eating. She smokes, she drinks. You know, she was in her, at that time, we were what, 25, 26, so she's partying, living the lifestyle, fucking single mother, so she's putting her body through, you know, quite a bit, and yet she's got these enormous calves. Why? All these heavy reps are going up these goddamn stairs. That was my conclusion number one. Conclusion number two, when I was with Costco, we had these white meat jackets that we wore, and there used to be a gentleman who used to come in, and he used to pick up all of our coats to bring them to get cleaned. Well, this guy would have all these coats on him, so that'll probably, I'm saying, a good 50 to 100 pounds worth of coats over his shoulders, the way he had them draped. And he's in and out of this goddamn truck every day, carrying these coats in and out of the truck. And he's got to step up, step off, step up. And he's been doing this for a couple of years. And his calves are fucking huge. So logically, I'm thinking, I think there's something to this. So where I may not agree with Dorian, but it's kind of hard not to because his calves are ginormous. They're what, 22 inches, he was saying? But I think, but then again, you know, like Dorian, the way he trained, he had that training partner always to assist him, right? So I'm definitely going with the training the calves every day. I don't think Lee Haney said every day, but I think he said 4 to 7 times a week, 4 to 7 times a week, days a week, I think. I can't remember what he said. But anyways, that's my thought process on why I'm going to train my calves every day. Maybe I'll take a day off, you know, after 2 or 3 days, you know, but that's my thought process. So, yeah, back with the rest of the video. So heavy calves, not a lot of sets, you know, we're only doing like maybe 3 or 4 sets every day. And I must say, my calves are getting stronger every day. So obviously, if they were in an overtrained state, they wouldn't be getting stronger, correct? At least that's what I think. So we're going to keep looking at everything. And that's another reason why I know I'm not overtraining. Is because I do get stronger every workout, or my rep ranges for each set continue to climb. So once I hit a set rep range, like for say if I'm doing 8 to 12s on a given exercise, and I hit 12 reps, as soon as I hit the 12, I'll automatically increase the weight back down to 8 reps, and then work my way up above with that. And I'll do that with all my exercises and all the rep ranges. So if I'm doing something that is a drop set, for example, and my first set on the drop set is 6 to 8, then drop the weight. I mean 6 to 8. Sorry, yeah, 6 to 8, and I do like 7 sets. And when I drop it, my next my next set is like 12. I'll keep track of the reps I do on the drops, and make sure to beat those each time, or at least 1 or 2 of them in each time. So that's what, you know, track it like that. So as long as everything is always increasing, then it's a good guide for me, at least. Because I'm not buying this overtraining thing. I'm really not buying this overtraining thing that everyone's been talking about lately. Lately, it's almost like it's almost like everyone wants to agree that it's okay to do less work in the gym. You know, so I'm really pushing the boundaries of this overtraining thing. Because the way I look at it is, if you're eating enough and you're sleeping enough, you know, sleeping is the most anabolic thing you can do. So if you're sleeping enough, you would think you would recover. And obviously, you know, that's one of the things that I'm definitely figuring out the last 2 months, is how hard can we push ourselves Now on days where I work, there's a few, I'll change my calories for sure. Like if I work, I'll definitely add an extra 1,000 calories to my day. To my day for sure. And if I, like I said, if I'm, even though I haven't been feeling very tired, I've been like really, the energy levels I've had are just been abundant. But if I feel myself starting to get tired, I'll always take an extra nap during the day, you know. But I try and nap right after I work out every single time. I think that makes a huge difference in the recovery. It's 4:02 a.m. Like I wasn't that lean beginning of this month, you know, but it's just I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm anxious for the day where I'm going to start really considering, like if I can obtain testosterone through a prescription, or if that doesn't work out with Holly, then I end up getting testosterone on the black market. I won't go like I won't, how do I say that? I won't go hardcore, high calorie, you know, full intensity training to try and put on all this muscle until I know my testosterone's right. But if I know whatever I do, if I ever do that and follow through with like really focusing on putting on a lot of size, it's going to be really interesting to, for example, to hit 12 meals a day. And what I'm definitely do to achieve that is to run this diet that I've been doing now, just adding a little bit of carbs to it. I could easily hit these, you know, 8 to 12 meals a day, easy. I'd be really excited to do that, to see how much size I can put on in like 7-month period, 7-month, 4 to cut. No, actually I could probably do it longer than that, because I don't think it's going to take me long to cut, because I'm going to stay relatively lean. I won't do no dirty bulk or nothing like that. It's not the way I did that dirty bulk back in 2008. I won't do that. I won't do a dirty bulk again. But I'm really excited to try that. But I'm not gonna go full bore unless I know my test levels are in the high ranges, or I get something another way. Then again, I don't know. I don't fucking know. We're definitely learned so much the last couple of months, though, about our bodies and how we respond to certain things. How we can handle certain diet. Like, I have no problems fucking sticking to friggin' diet, so I guess I should be thankful for that. Couldn't do it without this, though. Sure, I don't smoke. I'll manage to. Like last month, 2 months ago, was the first 2 months of having bought a pack of cigarettes, or even actually craved the cigarettes. I imagine that not smoking has made an impact on my health. I'm not sure if I feel that difference or not, because, you know, getting off cigarettes was such a gradual thing. But I'm sure it's definitely benefited me for sure. Oh. Yeah, at this rate, fuck. I can see myself getting where I want to be by a month earlier, you know. I was doing the math, and whew, but I imagine that last 10 pounds will be a bitch to get rid of. Like to get under 215. I imagine that last 10 pounds from 215 is going to be a bitch to get rid of. So maybe we'll only be able to take off 5 in July, and then the last 5 in August. You know? I tell you, I'm glad I made a decision not to fucking do videos on Facebook anymore. I find Facebook is such a dead platform. There's just no upside to posting shit on fucking Facebook. There's just no, you can't load quality videos on there for some reason. Facebook's, it just doesn't, you know. And I have so many friends that I don't even know on there, and I think there's so many bullshit accounts because I'm always getting this stuff for fucking porn crap, and it's a very non-responsive platform. I find I just don't see the upside to post anymore on Facebook. I really don't. So I'm glad to free myself of that. Cut the umbilical cord on Facebook. Now I'll go on there now and again. There's a couple people I like to, you know, keep track of. You know, there's I've met a few people online, though I don't really talk to personally anymore. There's a few people I like to keep an eye on, you know, because, you know, some of them are having a rough time. So keep an eye on them, see how they're doing. Oh, I'm looking forward to summer. Oh, I get myself a bike, which I'm really excited about. Get off that treadmill at the gym, and then what I'll probably do is once I get a bike, I'm thinking about doing 2 days this summer. Because right now my workouts are anywhere from an hour to 3 hours, including cardio. And since I do calves every day, you know, some days I have a pretty big workout. So with biking to the gym, I'll get my cardio there and back, because to bike to the gym is going to take me probably 40 minutes one way. So I think it's going to be really good. So I'm going to get my cardio to the gym, I'll get a warm up before I get to the gym. The bike home will give me my post-workout cardio, and I could break my workout session smaller and more intense, and then go back in the afternoon and do another workout, you know. I hate these long fucking ass workouts. I can't fucking stand them. Well, I shouldn't, you know, it's a bit harsh, but I prefer short, intense workouts. Like, I'm a big believer in, you know, the way Mike Meltzer and Dorian Yates train. You know, low sets, high intensity. So, whether I'll be able to achieve that intensity on my own without a training partner is, will be a different thing for sure. But I might develop a whole new split for the summer, just to increase, just to make benefits of shorter workouts. I just find if I know if I'm going to the gym with this, if I only have like a 30-minute workload, I find I can put a lot more intensity and effort, as opposed to, oh my god, I got 15, 20 sets, and then I gotta do fucking calves, and then my cardio. I just find it's more motivating when you know you're only gonna be in that gym for 30 minutes or so. And I'm fine, like all my, you know, most of the time I have like free time to train because it is a priority in my life. So I would even be happy keeping my days full, even go doing like 3 days, you know. Maybe training each body part twice a week, but just bringing down the sets. Yeah, I would never do 15 sets for each body part and train that twice a week. I think that'd be way too much. Or is it? Or would it be? Or would it be? Oh, my tea's almost done. I can't believe how fast this is going down. Oh my god. It's going down so fast. So I didn't weigh myself for a couple of days. Kind of on purpose. Just the way it has been going the last 5 days. I'm just like, holy shit, wow. I want to be really shocked. So I got, what are we, the 5th today? AFL ladies of the Legends Football League, the ladies of NFL. You guys just see me post that, you know. Looking forward to watching that. So that's tomorrow. So 5th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 or 9 days left. 8 or 9 days left. So I'm thinking, I think it's pretty safe to say an easy 15, 20 pounds for this month. So, you know, it's going to bring us down to like 220 pounds. I expect to hit that till like June or July. So, but that's what I love about these, you know, keeping track of everything, like every single detail. It's just fun. You know, at first it's tedious and you gotta mark all this shit down, but when you look back at everything, you can just track everything and see all your progresses and start seeing certain patterns, and it's really fun when you start seeing those patterns. It's a lot of fun. I'm telling you, it's really, when I look at I'll show you guys a finished month, one of my pages. If you can see down this column are all my calories for each day, and then I total my calories at the end of the month, and then divide it up to find out my daily caloric intake. So, you know, there's a lot here. There's, you know, 2,400, 3,000, 22, 2,800, 1,800, 2,100, 43. There's even a 5,700 in here. I can't wait for all of this to be what I'm doing now, like 1,300, 1,200, 1,100, 1,100, 950, you know, all the way down. Because, you know, last month, for example, I took in 70,000 calories, 71,000 calories for the month. And so what I do is I add up my cardio, what I burn on cardio, I minus it from that. So I hit 60,000. Whenever I hit around 60,000, I find for me, 60,000, I lose about 5 pounds, 10 pounds a month on 61,000. Around 70,000, I find I maintain the same weight. And I haven't done anything lower than 60,000 for quite some time. And when I look back at my other journals, the lowest month I had was 55. And that's when I was getting ripped up last summer. So if I do this month like I think I'm going to do it, I'm going to be down near 40,000. So it's going to be really interesting to see how it turns out. I just can't wait to have all these at 1,300. I just can't wait to add them all up. It's motivating. It's motivating. I just love the way this looks. I don't know why. I just love it. I love doing these journals. I have no idea why I like doing this, but I just love doing it. It's just so much fun. All right, my tea's done. I'm gonna go get rid of this 5-pound salad, I think, and then we're gonna go back to bed, I think. Yeah, okay. That's it. So, till I see you guys again, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Bless you all.
Glistens off the streets. Rainfall washes away.